However, what I did wind up getting from a friend at the new job is a nice big old tank. It's about 10 gallons more than the tank I already got from my frog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into this from their 20-gallon tall, and then I'm going to go switch Dramoka into the 20-gallon. This way she has more space too. So pretty much the fun thing will be is, first off, if you're going to dust the tank out and stuff, I don't like using chemical for the dusty part. There was an animal in here, she already deep cleaned and all that with it, but I'm just getting dust off. I'm using just basic water for that. After that, we're going to go shopping, grab a few things, and we're going to have the tank set up, and I'm going to go through the steps I do to kind of start up what I'm doing as a vivarium. I left water droplets on the bottom part of the tank right there. That is going to be for bacteria and stuff. I'm just going to go shopping. I wiped off pretty much the viewing glass. We're going to be able to see really good once everything's all set and going. Excuse me. I also need to grab that stuff right there, because that is stuff, I just set that there to see how it fits. This thing fits perfect. I found this piece of furniture out there, and it's like it was made for this tank. They say things happen for a reason, so when it comes to this little tiny thing right here, I'll say this is true for this case. Alright, so what we're starting off with here, got a few new plants to put into the new tank, with them, and then we got this right here. This is great. I like this for vivariums. This has a little bit extra nutrition for your plants and everything that the coconut fibers don't really have. So we're going to put this in, get this soaking. There's a trick to how to get these going, and I'm going to show you that real quick. Okay, I'm not going to let this run very quick because I got the watering to heat up real quick. What you normally do is it's a chlorinator and some warm water. Warm water does better at starting up a bacterial colony. You do want good active bacteria in your soil to kind of help that just natural cycle of plant life and everything, because all the way down, that's what's going to start what the isopods and springtails will feed off of in the most cases too, because these kind of microorganisms do get eaten by those things. So to have that is the very base of a very important cycle. So doing that is not necessary. You know, you can use cold water. I just find that bacteria kind of kicks up a little bit faster with warmer water. So this is why I do it like that. So what I find, especially for any kind of terrariums that is for more rainforest or humidity-driven sort of animals, you can go a full gallon with this stuff. Like I like to do is do about a half gallon, let it absorb. I'll get my hands in there and start breaking it down too, because this stuff will kind of start puffing up. And as it does, the inner layers will still be dry, but you can break away those outer layers and kind of get an idea of what kind of moisture to soil level you do have. Yeah, so as you can see here, I've given it just a few minutes. I didn't keep you guys here for that whole time, but this, you can even hear the noise of it pulling apart. The wet layer on the outside is definitely gonna be easier to take apart, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So you're letting it give about a half hour to kind of let all that moisten up and get all the nutritional sort of like soil and grassy bits, everything. You want to break it up, you want to mix it around, because we're putting plants in here, and we want to spread all this evenly. You don't want to clump all this nice new soil in one spot, because we are mixing new and old soils, because the old soil has a lot of springtail and isopods. I have 3 separate vivarium tanks that I'm going to go ahead, mix them together, keep the genetics nice and healthy. Alright, now it's looking all like it should, as it is. Just a bunch of dirt with a bit of moisture in it, and it is now going to be set in the tank. So, as you can see, dirt is set. I am doing just that much. You really want about a good 2 inches. Normally, this is not a good layering right here yet. This is the starting layer. On the starting layer, a lot of other people will also use screens and lava rocks and so on to trap the bacteria that I was talking about earlier to keep the cycle of organisms going. However, what I like to do, this is another method. It's more of a live method where you use bugs and stuff, worms and things to dig holes, burrow through, and allow things to kind of cycle like that. Because that's a lot of what our topsoil on the outside of our yards kind of will be like. So there's 2 different methods with that. I'm not sure which one's easier or better or best. I would say the best method is the method you find works best for you. Alright, so for this little bit I'm going to need 2 hands. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that there for now. Now for plants, best way to get them out with their tubes like this that I find, being very careful. With bamboo, it's easier. You got these stalks right here, and they don't really have the leaves in your way. So I can trim mostly down like that. You know, nice long cut. And this way I can get through. And I will tear it from there. When you get to the bottom, you'll see that they'll have this thing of the water crystals and whatnot. Now with this, I'm able to just flip it over nice and easy. It comes right out. I always check where the roots are. I try not to injure the roots. That is the plant's nervous system and life force. When they lose their roots, they lose their lives. So, thing to do, find where the roots are at. There's no roots over here. Get the scissors back out. And boom. Nice and close to the edge. Try your best not to go too deep with the scissors in case there's more of the plant that you're not quite seeing. Get it nice and even down the bottom. And then right there, you can get rid of the rest of that, put it in the trash, put it outside, do whatever you want with it. And then when you get that, you can start putting your plants in. All right, so like I said, 2 hands. So I'm gonna have to be doing that for now. And that's gonna be the fun thing. So, things you're gonna need usually when you're changing stuff out. I brought the 20-gallon of the animals I was switching into here, and some of the soil I'll be using into here. Right now, it's kind of loose fitting with the dishes and stuff. I'm debating on where I'm wanting to put this guy here. I think I just might do something like that. I do want to do the 2 water dishes and stuff. I left some of the water crystal sort of deal. I left some of the bits that came with the plants in there because I'm putting more soil on top of it to cover it. I feel that having some of that in there kind of help with some of the soil diversity. So, with that set, we're going to start transferring the animals. I'm going to do this one step at a time, bit by bit right here. I got Michigan J staring at me on top of this. I got this bag. You do not want to go touching frogs with your bare hands. The oils on your hands will hurt the frogs. Their skins are very sensitive to that. Hey, buddy. So I got him under the bag. I know, friend. I know. You hate this. I'm sorry. He's under this bag right here. It's nice and loose. And I'm also, when I peel this off, gonna make sure he can't really jump out. Hi, D. There you go. What you got on your face, friend? Got stuff on your face. Now that he's in there, we're gonna get the lid on top. Well, something fell on his face. Let's get some water in there for them real quick while I'm doing this. That's actually standing really good. I'm going to adjust that real fast. And as you can see with him up there, got the thing off his face. Hi, little buddy. He's sliding a bit. I know it's nice clean glass. It's not like the other one where it has all the watermarks and stuff you can climb on. So Michigan J's up there. He's chilling. The guy's showing you, that's his belly, or her belly. Pretty sure it's just her. Michigan J is just Michigan J. Alright. Now for the fun part. I'm going to pull up the coconut fiber from here. This one has a lot of bugs in it and stuff. And I want to keep this with them because this is also where the blue-tailed skink I have likes to hide at. Now the blue tails are much smaller than your average larger ones that you'd see with the blue tongues and stuff. Okay. I see a lot of isopods in there too. That's great. And have a lot of good stuff to transfer. Gonna bring it up real quick because I'm not sure if I have the lizard there. I think she's clinging. Oh shit, that's up. Double check you got the lids on. And okay. Good job. And boom. Made it so he can't jump out. You gotta be quick with these things, guys. You really do. I think the lizard ran into the hide. I can definitely see the big old guy in there. If she did dig underground, we will get to her. Not a problem. Boom. Alright, so that is how quick you have to be with these kind of animals. Because they jump, they move, they run. And if you don't want to lose them, you gotta be fast. You gotta be fast. Oh dear, making a mess here. I'm gonna have to take a quick step to fix a mess. Okay, everything got repositioned and she is in there just fine. She was inside the fibers like I thought. Now I just need to go switch out this last one that has my buddy up in there. Can't see him past that, but, well, trust me, he's in there. And he's really hard to see right now, but if you look real carefully, you can see a little froggy face. Kind of where that little hole in the back is. His face is barely covered, but he's hiding. He's good. He's a little scared. He's probably the biggest wuss out of all of them, and he's the largest animal that's in here. So in here is the mess of all the water and swampiness and the bits that were in here with the frogs. I did dump some water out while changing things out with them. We're going to transfer some of these things over, get the stuff set up, and maybe after that they'll be all good. I don't know. We'll have to reorganize and so on, but let's get this going real quick. All right, so the very first start of the vivarium. The plants are small, the leaves are tiny as well, so you're not going to have a lot of good old greenery. I brought in stuff from other tanks, so the 3 different tanks I have will have new kind of isopod and springtail genetics to kind of mix in, keeping the little colonies nice and healthy and going. What you're seeing there are mealworms and other things that I just keep in there for these guys to snack on, a few crickets and stuff, because they just like to run around and hunt and do their thing, and I kind of let them do that. It's good to do that with tree frogs. Be a bit more careful doing that with Pac-Man frogs because they can eat a lot of dirt on accident. Anywho, that is my crash course on how I kind of do vivariums right quick. This looks really rustic and dirty because that's nature, and this is how I like to keep my tanks looking. So it's not an everyone design, and that's okay. But once the plants grow in and everything gets going, you kind of see where I'm coming from on these. Anywho, y'all have a wonderful time, and hopefully this teaches y'all a little something. My way is not the only way. It is not the best way, but it's a way that is healthy and works, and I've been doing it for years. Look at that. Someone's out exploring their new spot. Never out during the day. I know I woke you up, but look at that. That's the big guy. He came out. He's doing good.